All righty, guys. It's been an amazing day. We've shared dozens of stories. So cool. Crazy idea. We've never done anything like this before. It was actually Susan LaBelle's idea, so we can blame her or give her all the credit. It was really amazing. Basically, we start off the year, and it's such an amazing time because people are thinking health. And most people in this country are starting to do something with their health. They're starting to make New Year's resolutions that revolve around and are about health in some way, shape, or form. And the sad thing is about 40% of those people won't make it past their first week. They just don't have the structure. They don't have the support. They don't have, the system on whatever it is. And it's really a sad thing because when you think about it, most of those people aren't going to make it more than 7 days on the thing that matters most. They're setting out an entire year to work on one thing, and they probably won't make it more than 7 days on it. So, seeing how that's a lot of around health, and everyone that's been sharing today has had a little bit different health story. They're all very similar, but they're all very different. We're going to share a couple of last stories that I particularly am very excited about, and just kind of wrap up this day and kind of funnel into this new year and taking our health to the next level. So without any further ado, I'm Brad. This is my wife, Ashley. We'll get to my little guy here in a second. For those that have been on the slide, this is my little guy, and we actually been playing around. Andrea did the last call, and he was just playing and waving during the whole time, watching along. And I just think that's so cool that I get to do this with my little guy, and he sees all the difference that are being made. And he's already taking on healthy habits. A bunch of people today cited how their family has started to follow suit on what they're doing just because they're taking steps. So we're affecting more than just ourselves. We're affecting generations, which I think is truly amazing. So I also have a co-host for this last call. I actually kind of have another co-host, but we're doing this one a little bit different. We've been sharing stories, but I'm going to actually hand it over to a good friend of mine and a great partner, Denise Heinrichs, and she's going to tell us a little bit about she's a great partner. She comes from the medical field. We had a great season. So I'm actually just going to turn it over to her to kind of talk about 2015 and everything we accomplished.
Thanks, Brad. Yes, I'm Denise Heinrichs. I am a women's health nurse practitioner, and I am thrilled with what we've been able to create this last year and the lives that we've been able to change. And we really take it seriously because we are saving lives as well. And we just came through the holiday season, and to have people losing weight during that time in a safe and a very effective way and learning how to keep it off. Going through the holidays with our 50 days of holiday tips and excitement, and really having a community. And as human beings, we need community. We need to really support one another as we're going through this, because life happens. Family happens, whatever, the holiday rush. But it was great to see, as you see in the lower left-hand corner, there are a lot of the people that were able to move forward and lose 15 pounds instead of gaining it. So really excited about what's going to happen in 2016, Brad.
Yeah, we had a few people lose more than 15 pounds during the holiday season, and you actually had a few people yourself that actually chose to get started. So just our program and what we help people with is health. That's why we're not a diet, and people are choosing health even at all times of the year. So we had a really good year overall together, and I still remember meeting you for the first time. And looking back, we've all created lots of stories of health, and it really revolves around just people seeing real people and helping them do the same thing they're doing. And we had a pretty amazing 2015. Lots of lives changed. What's your thoughts on that? You saw it from your end too.
Being a nurse practitioner and sitting in an office and prescribing medications and thinking that I was helping people fix problems, all I was doing is putting patching on it. And for this last year, to really help people move their health forward with just nutrition and learning the tips and learning how to eat 6 times a day and be inspired by other people. I had a friend introduce me to a good friend of mine, and I'm really excited to have her share her story. I want to introduce to you Nicoles Story. She went to the same college I did, but her life has changed, and I won't give away any more of that story. But Nicoles, will you share a little bit of your story?
Absolutely. I think sometimes I'm still in shock when I see these photos, especially when you have fun and make my photos for me. So, last year I had reached a point where I hit my 30s, and I had spent so much of my life trying every, fad diet out there, working out, depriving myself, starving myself, you name it. I tried it and I just felt so hopeless because nothing ever changed. And I was so desperately seeking something that was going to teach me not only how to just lose the weight, but to learn to love myself and to keep moving forward with my life and moving forward in a way that as I continued to grow, I was going to able to impact other people, because I definitely just love people. And I was blessed to be connected to my health coach, who's Denise. And my life was forever changed the week before Thanksgiving. Last year, I found myself losing through the holiday season, and just my body and my life was transforming, and I could barely even recognize the person that I was staring at in the mirror by the time the holiday season was over. And then once I looked at 2015, I said, I have to share how wonderful my life has changed. And I couldn't help but take it to that next level and say, I've lost the weight, I've gotten to a healthy place, and now I have to help others. There was no better way than to just give back and be a health coach myself, and to just journey along with people that were in the same position as me, where they tried everything and it just felt like there was no hope left because nothing seemed to stick. And with Take Shape for Life, I just found that I learned not only how to eat, but I learned how to continue those habits and to just keep walking in a healthy life. I'm looking at 2016 now with a fresh lens, where I realize I can do anything that I set my mind to, because I have such a huge community of support that has loved and accepted me and walked with me through this time. And I couldn't imagine it any other way. And half the time I just kind of want to get onto the rooftop and shout to everybody, like, I can help you. We can make this happen, because life is so much more than just living day in and day out, feeling like you're a prisoner to your body or to disease or to emotional eating. You don't have to be stuck in those patterns. Like, there's a way to break free from that. And that's the message that Take Shape for Life has, is that there's a way to gain freedom and to be able to live a healthy life and maintain it. I am at a place now where I am maintaining, and I am just so excited about taking my life to the next level and looking at healthy motion and fitness and how that realm is going to fit into my life now, and just continuing to partner with other people and love on them as they're walking through their journey. Take Shape for Life has just transformed my heart, my mind, like in so many ways. It's been amazing.
Nicole, I am so proud of you. I just sit here and I'm just busting my buttons. And I'm just so proud of what you created. And I remember that first time I saw you. And I look at you now, and the transformation is amazing. And it's not only just in body, but it is in mind as well. And how you've chosen to give back to others and help them unlock the prison they're in. Your story is doing that. And I just want to thank you and congratulate you for what you created in less than a year. Pretty incredible.
Thank you, Denise. It's been exciting.
Yeah, I think that's the fun thing to point out there is this is 1 year. I mean, this is the calls we're kicking off a whole new year. I mean, Nicole, would you just like just a few words? I mean, could you recap? Like, I mean, your life has taken a 180 in an entire year. I mean, you basically started off this year to say, wow, my 30 year did not go the exactly way that I want. I'm going to change that this year. I mean, describe the 180 of your life that happened in 1 year. I mean, I know you just kind of said, like, you just said a lot of stuff, but like looking at it from a year standpoint, what changed in an entire year when you kind of think about that aspect?
You know, I look at over the course of a year, and I think the idea of going from hopeless to just having a cup that is overflowing with so much hope and excitement for life, like, it's just amazing to be at that place and to recognize that I went from not even being able to stare at myself in a mirror and hiding from photos to now not saying that I'm snapping a selfie every day, but to that point where I confidently look at myself and I think, wow, like this is really happening. This has happened and this is sustainable. And this is just a life that I want to continue to share with people, because I have a purpose that's greater than just sitting day in, day out and thinking, well, what should I do with today? Like, I'm going to be on purpose with every single day that I have, because I've been given a gift. I feel like I just have a new lease on life.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've just been truly proud to watch you over this time with working with Denise. I mean, nothing is impossible with you. You're always thinking, well, what's next? What's next for my journey? And it's all aspect of health, which we'll hit on here in a moment. Amazing story, Nicole. Amazing, display of what can happen in a year. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen for you this next year. Because I know it's just like, you're like thinking, well, if I can do that in 1 year, what am I going to do next year?
Exactly. I'm excited too.
All right. Thanks, Nicole, for sharing. It's amazing. All righty here. I'm just going to actually kind of recap it up with my co-host story here. This is Denise Heinrichs, and she said a little bit about her medical background, and she's pretty darn amazing. Her and her husband, Frank, they live life to the fullest. That's what Nicole was just talking about, and they live a life that's pretty amazing, and I'm just proud to call them friends. What's really cool about this, and I was really glad that these stories kind of worked out to be the end of the day, is you probably, those that know Denise know this, but many of you might not know that this is where Denise came from years ago. And I thought I'd invite Denise on a little bit to tell us a little bit about this radical transformation of her health, because you probably would have never guessed that girl hosting the call was where she was at. So actually, Denise, would you just tell people a little bit about your story and how powerful of a change you made in your life?
Yeah. And, it catches my breath when I see these, because that is me. I was pretty sick. I had a cancerous tumor removed from my spinal column, and they said I'd never walk again. And even though I'm a nurse practitioner, I really gave up hope. Like Nicole was talking about, I felt hopeless. I was on 22 medications, morphine, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. It was terrible. I slept my day away, and I just became a couch grandma. And as God healed my body and I was able to start being able to move again, I would sit on the couch and just pop in a video for my granddaughter. I knew that wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't the grandma I wanted to be. And then we found this amazing program. And in 7.5 months, I lost 100 pounds and was off 22 medications. And I get teary about this because I have my life back. Not only do I have my health back, but I get to be that active grandma that I wanted to be all my life. I love kids. I have 3 kids of my own. So now I'm a happy wife. I'm a happy life, right? But it's having that ability to be thankful for each step that I have. And as I was going down in each size, I went from a size 24 to a size 0. And it radically changed my perception and my confidence, my self-esteem, so that I wanted to get dressed and go somewhere with my amazing husband of 36 years. And now, like Brad said, we do live life to the fullest. We're Disneyland fans. We go all the time. We're going tonight after this. And it's really transformed what I can do with my life, because with getting my weight off, I could move through all of that. And just one thing I wanted to mention about Disneyland, we've been hearing this throughout the calls tonight, that much like people don't know what Disneyland is till they get there, and the magic and all the excitement of it. Let me tell you, our program has the same qualities. You don't know what you're missing and the life that's out there. And you know what? There's that inner body in you, that inner person in you that really wants to come out. When you look in that mirror and you don't see that that's you, you know what? It'll be there. This program works. Everybody can do it. It's real easy to do. And as a nurse, let me tell you, I'm 100% behind this as far as the physiology and the studies behind it. But Brad, thank you for letting me share. I love that I get to help and inspire other people now, and truly changing lives with something as easy as nutrition and enjoying eating 6 times a day.
I love it, Denise. And what I love about this, we've talked about just people watching people. You just saw your son-in-law change, and you saw him lose weight. And then I think, with your medical background, you were like, no, this isn't no good. And then so you tried to pick it apart and you said, all right, let me give this a try and look at the difference. I don't think anyone.
I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I kept trying.
Yeah, because it works, and it's got a different system. And I just love looking at these pictures. One, I love that you're a grandma, because like these look like they could be yours and Frank kids, because you guys are so young and healthy and all. I mean, you guys love Disneyland. You guys are there like every time I talk to you. I caught you one time calling clients there at the front of Disneyland when I took Witten for his first time.
Yep.
And you got your van there that you got rid of. That was the van you needed for your wheelchair, gone. And kind of going from that wheelchair, no hope, not being with your grandkids, to I pretty much every time I talk to you, you're either at Disneyland or you're with your grandkids. So it's a pretty darn cool life. And I just love the before and after to show, all the difference you made. You're an inspiration, and I thought this would be a really cool way to end the call. So thanks for everything you do, and thanks for paying it forward. So
thank you.
As we spent this whole day, just kind of asking everyone, whoever you are on this call, experience, whether you've been on your health journey, moving it forward for 10 years, whether you've been on program for 10 days, whether you're just being like, what are these crazy people talking about? They're doing something and I want to do it too. We just want to encourage you to focus on optimal health this year, not dieting, not trying to lose weight, although that might happen, but focusing on healthy mind, having, being in community and being, moving forward in our community and with your coach, and, moving forward and gaining your nutrition and eating plan. And setting yourself up. And this is our system. We combine our education with support, with our proven system, and you get results. Kind of like we talked about. That's why we had to do calls all day long, because we can go all day with this. I mean, we can probably go another week. That's how many people we have, like just from this last few years, of people that have created health. And it makes me excited to see what we're going to do this year. Like, who's watching this call for the first time, or will catch this recording, that will have a story that we'll have to share at some point, maybe next year or in the next few months. It's just really exciting to think about. And so, these are a few of our nutrition plans. Figure out what works for you. They are very easy. And most people, that's why we keep them really laid out, is they almost work for anyone. And just basically just comes down to what fits your boat best. So like, if you're a guy like me, I just wanted to be like, all right, if it works, I'll do it. So, I just started on the 5-in-1 plan, and the weight loss started working for me. And as you can see, someone probably invited you to this call tonight. And it's just because real people inspire real people. So I think we've gone over this a few times tonight, but it just shows you, like, just one connection, close or far away or years spread apart from talking last, can inspire someone else. So as we wrap up tonight, guys, we're going to start. I'm going to have the link to the challenge that we're going to start here shortly. It's going to be in a Facebook group, but most of you guys are probably plugged into a client support page. And that's really where it's going to take place. I mean, we'll have like a weekly progress thing, and that's where we'll kind of archive some of the videos, because we're going to break down kind of a little education piece with a little bit of competitiveness and a lot of cheering on through the next 5 weeks, because it takes over 30 days to build a habit. And so that's kind of the whole point of what this call is what are you going to do to take your health to the next level? Whoever you are on this line, every single year I look at, what am I going to do to take my health to the next level? Because my dad taught me something, our health is like the laundry. It's never done. And as you look at this year, almost every story has really revolved around some amazing purpose. And I found this today. Actually, my son grabbed it. And I had changed my health after watching my parents and my family lose over 2,000 pounds. And I knew that paying it forward was something that my wife and I wanted to do. And this is a ticket to a suite at an Oregon Ducks game. That might not mean a lot to you, but we're crazy Oregon fans over here in the Northwest. This is like gold to most people. I could probably trade it for a house, possibly. I don't know. Not now. It's not a real game. But my wife and I decided to not go to this game because we were really excited about the possibility of paying it forward to other people. And, looking back now with the Ducks losing the game last night, that's why I think it's funny that my son found this today, is that I wouldn't trade going to this game for $1 million for anything that in my world, because my wife and I have lived 6 years on purpose in our life. So when we talk about living on purpose, organizing our life around what matters most, we have that. I have the most important purpose in my life, which is helping people become better, being around for my family, and being around the best people possible. So this is just something that meant a lot to me. So I was going to ask you, besides your health, what are you going to be on purpose for in your life this year? I mean, it could be, maybe paying it forward as part of it, but, just anything. I'm just encouraging you to ask, am I living on purpose in my life? What am I doing daily? And I think, Nicole and Denise and a lot of people shared today really displayed a lot of that purpose. So I thought I'd invite my good friend, Susan LaBelle, to kind of help me wrap up this day. Susan, we had a pretty fun day, didn't we?
Oh my goodness. It was
awesome. I'm just, you and I have been like texting back and forth, and we're like, we weren't crazy when we came up with this idea, because I just love the stories, and they don't get old. And I just love that everyone, we have different starting points, different ending points, but there's really no ending point. It's like everyone's excited for what they're about to create in 2016. It's like we're all just moving forward. And I'm just excited for the new people that are going to join our community and our family, and what that's going to look like over this next season.
Yes, me too. As I mess up, or as I do the PowerPoint.
Yeah, no, I saw it. You know what I love? That way you ended that PowerPoint with that picture of that little boy, like sitting on the edge of, I know I was never a little boy, but I was a little girl once and close enough. And I know as a child, I had a lot of big dreams for my life. I was going to do things really big. And then there was somewhere along the line, I just kind of got stuck and a little complacent, and I was never unhappy. I've been extremely blessed. And when I was introduced to, this whole offering, I had a 1 and a 3-year-old, and I worked outside the home, and life was kind of crazy. But, I just took that next step. And what I've really come to know is that everybody on this call, we are worth it. And we believe in you. And sometimes we'll believe in it for you before you're going to believe it for yourself, but to really start living your best life. So sometimes we can hear these stories and go, gosh, that's great for them, but what about me? And we don't know what that next step, but we want to link arms with those people and help you take those next steps. And so that's what I'm just most excited about. And I'm excited to do this again, next year with all new people, and hear those stories that have transformed.
Yeah, me too. And I do like that we ended with that slide there, because we've had a full day of this. So wherever you're at, just take 10, 15 seconds, maybe even more. I'd encourage even more to ask yourself, what am I really wanting to accomplish this year? Most people spend, no time doing this. And that's what we're encouraging you to do. And we kind of have an idea behind it, because we're going to basically kick off this year. And those client support groups that we were talking that you're a part of, those are massively important. Make sure you have one that you're connected in and that you're participating in. So that is so key. Everyone pretty much mentions support and tapping in. It is a habit of health. Just like a habit, you have to create the habit. So it takes 30 days to build a habit. So we want to start off this year by committing and saying, let's grab everyone, let's raise our health, whatever matters to us, to whatever the next level it is. So we're going to start next week. So if you're looking at one of our plans, or if you just want to join and maybe you're not even ready to, kind of jump on a nutrition plan, join us for these next 5 weeks. We're going to be going over core habits that you can build and showing how people like this have changed their lives right out of Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, because it's really no secret of how we're doing this. It's very simple, actually. You think that people like have to go off to like Biggest Loser and have to have a team like watching them 24 hours a day to see these results. And these people are off living their lives, and they're really giving little time to these transformation. I mean, there's immense amount of purpose, but it's really not that much. I mean, Susan, do you remember what it was like to like lose your weight and start your fitness? Yeah, you have to be intentional, but did it really take you that much time? I mean, you just lived your life and you just totally transformed, and you live it every single day now at a higher level.
Yeah. It's so far from gimmicky. That's what's so cool is it really is just the core habits that we all just will embrace and take those next steps together. And I think that's what I love about it the most. And no, it wasn't time, but it really took me making the decision that this is really what I wanted for my life, and then putting myself in a structure and a community that was going to support that decision long-term.
Exactly. So we're going to go over healthy fueling, healthy motion, healthy sleep, healthy mind, and healthy community. Those will be the 5 weeks. We'll actually have topics on that. And we're going to go through and challenge ourselves. There will be grand prizes, but we're going to open up the room tonight. So look for the link. We'll probably have it in about 30 minutes. And but we won't, it's just kind of going to be a holding room until we get there ready to kind of rev it up and start next week. So start thinking about what you're going to accomplish. You probably already full steam ahead right now, or maybe you're like, all right, I'm so glad someone grabbed me today, because I was really starting to be like, oh my gosh, it's already the 3rd and I haven't even thought about that yet. I'm still like, where did Christmas go? Anyways, with that being said, guys, it would never be this incredible if we weren't doing it together. Thanks for everything. Thank the person that invited you. And I just want to thank everyone who shared. So thanks, Susan, for partnering and helping out. Denise, Nicole, incredible stories. What will you create this year? Let's go have a great year, everybody.
Great. Thanks, Brad. Super fun.
Thanks, Brad.